our mission is trying to break the chains of poverty, whether it's assisting in homeless issues, social services, and now feeding the people.
We actually launched Soul Foundation here in Philadelphia with a Project Home ownership project up in North Philadelphia. We wanted safe, decent, affordable homes.
When we first built those 15-row homes in Philadelphia, that street became, in our eyes, a neighborhood. But then we started to build more housing, and we thought, now, wait a minute, this is something that can affect anybody, Republican, Democrat, black, white, young, old.
We try to have an effect by funding programs of other organizations such as Project Home, HopeWorks, Covenant House.
Camden was really seen as the most crime-riddled city in America at one time. Then we supported a home for kids to go in and learn the computer skills. And then we got to what is now Joseph's House. It's just shelter, a shower, a meal, a place to wash your clothes, meet some service providers, which is a very important element to all this.
We found out that you couldn't separate the housing issue from hunger.
There was more and more real, true need for people to have the bare essentials, food. And that's when the Soul Kitchen was born.
There are only so many times you can overlook a problem before it bothers you viscerally, like hunger. Jon understands this. This is something we can fix. And he was telling me about the Soul Foundation, and he was just sort of getting underway. And I said, listen, if I can help, just let me know. When someone is personally involved, it makes it easier to give and to help that person.
We use the saying, hope is delicious up in the kitchen, but really, hope is the foundation of the whole Soul Foundation.
For those who saw the recent NBC benefit concert for the victims of the devastating Hurricane Sandy, you may know that Jon Bon Jovi was the first musician to sign up. Jon is a person who sees a need, takes action, and encourages others to do the same.
Just rebuilt it from the last album.
Hurricane Sandy devastated this area. I happened to be in London working, and while I was over there, Hurricane Sandy hit. I came back here, and as we got closer, I thought, oh my God, this is like one of those scenes in a bad movie where they have the barricades up because it was truly too dangerous, too devastated.
We have our houses and we rebuilt, but now our houses are collapsing. We just can't do it anymore.
I wanted to do whatever I could, and I did everything I could, whether it was a telethon or a concert or fundraising. We went down to New Jersey, and a councilman picked us up and he got us in. And as he showed me the devastation, I just shook my head in wonder, and I said, what can I do? You know, and he says, well, everybody's going to do something. He goes, I couldn't even get people to the hospital because the ambulance was wrecked by the ocean. It was just gone. I said, how much is an ambulance? And he told me, just buy the ambulance. So I bought him an ambulance.
I want to use this opportunity to thank all the people who have spent countless hours along the ways in the months since Sandy helping neighbors. We are taking a step today to rebuild houses. I'd also at this time like to introduce to you the First Lady of our state and present to her this check for $1 million.
You have to empower people, not entitle people. You have to include them and make them all feel as though everyone is equal at this table. Now we're starting to figure out who we are and what we do that makes us unique.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 Marian Anderson Award winner, Jon Bon Jovi.
Wanda Sykes for emceeing tonight. I'd like to thank all the incredible talent that came up here and performed for you tonight and for me tonight. I certainly want to thank my friend and senator from the great state of New Jersey, Cory Booker, for his incredible entrance. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for my dear friend, Sister Mary Scullion, so I need to thank her again. My dear friend and accomplice in all of this, Mayor Nutter, who one day at a Covenant House opening said, I am going to eradicate the homeless issue here in Philadelphia. And Sister Mary went, you hear that? We're getting this done. Mayor Nutter has been right next to us, getting the job done to eradicate homelessness here in Philadelphia. I do want to thank Nina for what she went through, and Carol for what they went through to have me nominated. I'm humbled by this. In fact, I'm deeply humbled to accept this award. And I do so fully aware of the rich and the powerful legacy of this honor and the many iconic figures who stood up here before me to receive it. Each of the recipients of the Marian Anderson Award made great contributions to the arts, of course, but they used their gifts to seek change in our society and in our culture. Marian Anderson, Dr. Maya Angelou, Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier. These great men and women were all blessed with tremendous artistic gifts, but they were truly role models in the true sense of the word. Although they were recognized for their gifts, we celebrate them for their actions. Each could have chosen the safe path, but they did not. These are men and women who looked at a problem and didn't turn away, but rather looked at a problem to find a solution. Now, I don't know for certain what motivated these great role models to make the choices that they did. Nothing in my own personal experience can compare to what they went through. I was in fact born in suburban New Jersey in 1962, and I never had to overcome or even witness the type of adversity that Marian Anderson endured. I wasn't refused service in a restaurant or placed to sleep because of the color of my skin. I never had to hide my religious beliefs. I never had to fear government reprisal, and I was never refused a place to perform. The music I sang early in my career may not have had the same social impact as Harry Belafonte's did. And I know that you might find this hard to believe, but You Give Love a Bad Name was not a call for socioeconomic justice. Even though my journey has been vastly different than those traveled by Marian Anderson and the others who have received this honor, perhaps it is in fact our shared human experience that has led us to the common conclusion. That conclusion is simply this: we are inextricably bound together. We are interdependent. None of us achieve in life solely due to our own efforts, and the arts are the very definition of that interdependence. Musicians, filmmakers, authors, painters, all are nourished by each other's works. A moving song can be the spark that leads to a great movie. A painting can inspire the great next American novel. We draw our influences and our inspirations from the world around us. When we open our minds to accept what is different about each of us, we discover what is similar in all of us. That recognition of our interdependence was imparted to me by my parents and an early role model in my life, a neighbor that I had growing up. His name was Al Parinello. He was a husband, he was a father, and fortunately for me, he was a guitar player. Thanks to his kindness and his interest in me, I was able to take a broken acoustic guitar to his basement and learn how to play a song. It was his faith in me, along with the occasional kick in the butt when I wouldn't practice. It was that first spark that a man has in a young man. It's what led me to what now I can call a career. Now, Al didn't have to do what he did. He wasn't in it for the glory or the riches or the fame. He simply loved music, and his generous heart told him to share that passion with others. He passed in 1995, and to this day, I have Al's initials carved into my guitar as a reminder of the gift that was meant to be shared. And as I have grown to accept and embrace the thought that I wanted to be more than an entertainer, my life has been enriched beyond any measure of applause. When we founded the Soul Foundation, we truly could not have known the lives that we would touch or the impact that we would have. When I'm asked what led me to lend my voice to the issue of homelessness and hunger, the answer has always been simple. We didn't need a scientist to find the cure. It was right there in the kindness of Miss Helen Brown, a fiercely determined community organizer right here in Philadelphia. It resides in the toothless smile of a Ms. Ward, who was refusing to give up on her neighborhood in Detroit. It's embodied in my two friends, Sister Mary Scully and Joan McConnell, and in the renewed hope of Kaiser Roberts and Jamal Thomas, alongside the strength of one Cheryl Ann Davis, a young woman who brought us all to our feet into tears at the opening of the JBJ Soul Homes. It's demonstrated to me by the constant encouragement of Lynn and Harold Hahnemann, and in the commitment shown by Lee and John Middleton to ending homelessness right here in Philadelphia. It's proven every day by Terrence and Louie, Mary Lou, Dolly, and all the volunteers up at the Soul Kitchen in Red Bank, New Jersey. All of these people, they live each day to serve others and to do right. All of them have and continue to inspire me. It is the shared belief and the basic dignity of how the human soul and how with a little bit of hope and opportunity, people from all walks of life have the potential to aspire to greatness and along the way, inspire others. I believe that that is the key to this amazing legacy that we celebrate tonight. So let us draw inspiration from those who have gone before us to do the work that we are called to do, and to realize our vision of a better world, because we can and will make that difference. So to those who came before me, as well as those of you here tonight who have inspired, encouraged, and challenged me, I just say thank you. Good night.